Hello folks, it's A Automotive Reviews. Today, we're going to take a tour of Ford's virtual Baja 1000 Technical Support Center. Now, Ford has done it again. But this time, they have completed the Baja 1000 2020. And this video is just about what went on behind the scenes, what made it possible. All of the engineering and know-how that's going into the Ford Bronco has went into the Baja 1000, and this is the Technical Support Center. Now let's check it out. Now, it's been 1 year after the disappointing result for the then brand new Bronco R Prototype. The Blue Oval team was back at the Baja 1000 this year and impressively managed to finish the grueling race. However, because of COVID-19 pandemic, technical support teams couldn't be on the sidelines at the race, which they typically are. Thus, Ford resorted to providing this service to the Baja 1000 teams virtually. 2,400 miles away in Connecticut, North Carolina, and the Bronco Nation was able to get an inside look all the way from North Carolina. That is a distance, folks. This right here is the outside of the North Carolina Ford Performance Building. Now then, the Ford Performance Technical Center served as the Baja Command Center of sorts, though it typically provides support for a wide variety of motorsports. On this important weekend, however, a team of engineers holed up at the conference room for a long day and night of racing. The team was quite diverse as well, ranging from newly minted engineers Valeria Rosado Mojica to the global director of Ford Performance Motorsports, Mark Rushbrook. Let's take a look at the center, folks. Let's look inside. We're gonna jump around till we get into the Ford Performance Center. Now, Rosado Mojica's job was to track the Bronco R by recording speeds to help create an analysis of how the truck will progress as the race goes on. Meanwhile, Ford Performance Motorsports supervisor Brian Novak served as the primary point of contact for the Bronco R team on the ground of the Baja 1000. And folks, it was amazing. Very amazing. Let's take a look inside of this building, folks. Let's take a look at the map on the wall. Now, this is the Baja 1000. Of course, they're being way in Connecticut. They're far on the other coast. But here's the Baja 1000. This is a map of where it's taking place at. Now, meanwhile, Alex Gorky's job was to analyze all of the speed, distance, and fuel data coming in during the race. Now behind him, Tadiro Tad on take helps to make predictions and examine issues when they pop up during the race. Rushbrook, who typically leads the Ford Performance Group, spent his time during the race deciphering the communication and bouncing ideas back and forth when planning on troubleshooting might be necessary. Now, meanwhile, the communication pro David Baltazar relayed information via social media to fans, keeping up with the Bronco R's efforts. This is just an amazing work at hand, folks. And let's go back to that command center. And here they are. Of course, they're all separated. Because of the pandemic, they got a lot of space and a lot of chairs. Now, finally, a variety of communication devices were used to obtain all this critical data. That included a satellite communication device called MSAT that allows the command center to communicate directly with the drivers in the truck as well as with the drivers in one of the 17 chase vehicles that are deployed around the course. Additionally, standard text messaging was used to communicate with the engineers and team leads in the Baja. This is amazing. let's go back to this beautiful picture that we were looking for. And this was the Bronco R doing his business, folks. And it looks mad as hell. Now, despite these challenges, the Ford Performance Technical Support Team managed to produce an impressive result of the Baja 1000. And everything went off without a hitch, even though they weren't able to be there in person. So this is just amazing, folks. It's amazing what technology can do. It's amazing what happened. And it's amazing how the Ford team put it all together and brought this whole thing to completion, with the Bronco Ford R taking second place, which is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. They impressively managed to finish this grueling race. Let's look at the specifics of this grueling race. Now, this race has put the Bronco R to the extremes, and it performed and finished. And that is just amazing. I mean, jumps and all kinds of things were done at this race. So, to avoid the disappointing results of what happened last year, and they did it, coming in from 70th place to coming into second place, starting in 70th and coming into second. That's just amazing, folks. That is straight up amazing. That is truly, truly the Bronco R and what it has to offer, folks. You know, the Bronco has all this technology, from the suspension systems to the Hall suspension system to the 35-inch beadlock wheels. Everything is made for business, folks. And this truck exemplifies all of that. The Bronco R exemplifies all that in this performance in the Baja 1000. And this year is just spectacular. They managed to finish this grueling race. And they did it hands down. And they did it with style. Now, after a somewhat DNF, at least last year, they did not finish the Baja 1000. The Ford Bronco R Race Prototype was back in action, and it did it this time. It was one of the world's most grueling races. And while it didn't win a class, the Bronco R did manage to not only finish the race, but also score a second place finish. Our second place class finish, and placed 70th overall out of the 99 vehicles that managed to complete the course. And that's amazing. And so I deciphered that, and I could be wrong. I deciphered that it was a lot of cars that a lot of SUVs participated in this race. And I can imagine Ford being in 70th place because they didn't finish last year. Just like all the other races, when you start a race, you got to do the qualifying. You have to earn those spots as number one. So when you start the race, if you won last year, you're going to be in number one place. And sometimes, a lot of them, they do practice. You know, on a real racetrack, they do practice runs. And during those practice runs, they call it qualifying runs. And that's how you get your place. But perhaps this is a little different. I don't know. If you guys know different, just go ahead and put in the comments. I mean, this is all like the whole Baja 1000 and everything else is amazing. I mean, the Ford Bronco has come back last year, and then it did its thing this year and completed the race. So we're back in the game, folks. Back in the game. Now, when the Bronco returned, Ford said it would follow the legacy of the first generation Bronco that forever changed the off-road landscape. And today, the finish demonstrated that they're continuing to be built wild pedigree of the Bronco, said Mark Rushbrook, the global director of Ford Performance Motorsports. And they've done it. And they've done it again. And we're so proud of Ford being able to complete the race. And boy, oh boy, 2021 is next year. And I'm sure they'll be back fighting for that number one spot. And this is just straight up amazing, folks. And I know Ford's going to be able to do it. This SUV is off the chain. All of the technology. I mean, just look at that. All of the technology, everything that the Bronco is right here in front of our face. A desert runner. And it does that with no problems whatsoever. Look at them recovery points. It's just amazing. I mean, look at those springs. Look at the Fox. It has the Fox struts in there, and it's just amazing. It doesn't use the Bilstein. They just took it to the next level. And believe me, this is ready for some high-speed cruising. You guys, it's A Automotive Reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take a look inside of the Performance Center. A look inside the Performance Center of the Baja 1000. The Bronco, baby. That's what it's all about. Ford has done it. And this is just amazing. This tour of the Ford's Virtual Baja 1000 Technical Support Center. Thanks for watching this A Automotive Reviews. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.